Okay, we've got Ashish Khetan of the Aam Aadmi Party taking on Nalin Kohli. And Rakesh Sinha is joining us. He leans towards the RSS, so he backs the BJP. In about 15 to 20 minutes, we are going to be joined by Ajay Alok. He supports the Aam Aadmi Party position against the BJP. So it's going to be a completely balanced panel. We'll start with Nalin Kohli versus Ashish Khetan. And let's get into the debate. First, I want to set some terms of this debate, because my previous experiences on Aam Aadmi Party versus BJP debates is that they tend to fly off the handle very quickly, which I can understand because of the sharp political positions that both parties have taken, the insinuations that both are making on each other, and the fact that, what's happening in court is, everyone knows about what's happening in court. However, I do believe that despite all the exertions that you're making for or against each other, I would request both sides, first of all. And Nalin, you're smiling, but this includes you, especially you, and certainly Ashish Khetan. To hear each other occasionally is not a bad idea. Especially you, because, it's not as if you don't heckle the other side or Ashish Khetan doesn't. You both do. But you see, the viewer loses out. The viewer wants to see tonight my questions answered. I'll ask both of you questions, you'll have to answer questions. Otherwise, it goes into a he said, she said argument. I'll ask one question to Ashish Khetan, he'll attack you, he'll attack me. I ask one question to you, he'll attack me, he'll attack you. And this attack mode is good for a point, but you won't get clear answers. Specifically tonight, because I have some interesting... No, what? I want both of you. I want both of you.
Follow that rule.
You agree to the terms of the debate first. You should agree to the terms.
It'll be a pleasure if we can have a debate like that.
Let's do this in a civilized manner.
When we speak.
Let's hear each other out. Good. And let the viewers decide. Right? The hashtag of Arvind versus PM is on the screen. Let the viewers decide who's winning this debate. And decide on the basis of the quality of the argument. Right? Not on the basis of the intensity of your personal allegations. Now we begin. Thank you very much. Ashish, I presume you are also party to this agreement on the terms of the debate.
I am completely in agreement with the terms of this duel, and I believe now, after a 7-minute long intervention at the start where you have clearly taken a position against us, you'll fire your first question to me.
No, I will now ask questions and then now we'll proceed. Okay, we'll ask questions on both sides. You may say I'm taking a position against you. It's a democracy. It's a democracy. I may or may not have views of this way. They may agree with you one day, may not agree. That doesn't matter. My question to you tonight is this. My question to you tonight. Okay? Please.
Yeah.
I have very interesting 2 papers with me. The first paper...
I saw those papers.
...is signed by KK Sharma. Let the viewers know. The viewers don't know. Let me explain to the viewers. You may know. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have views on the papers, but let me explain to the viewers.
No, I saw those papers in your package.
There is a cabinet decision number 2275 dated 21st...
Repeatedly.
Yeah, I know, but I need to explain it a little bit more detail so that the viewers ingest what I'm saying and then you can respond. Viewers, if you're watching this debate, what is Arvind Kejriwal's basic point? Arvind Kejriwal's basic point is, I am the victim of political vendetta by the Prime Minister of India controlling the CBI, and they have raided me. They have not raided my principal secretary. Their target is me. They've raided me. Right? When the BJP says, no, the CBI raided the principal secretary, they say it's rubbish. Viewers, I have with me a paper tonight, number F.3/3/2013/GAD/CD, etc., Cabinet Decision number 2275, dated the 21st of December 2015. In this piece of paper, it is clearly said that the CBI raid was in the office of the Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister, not Kejriwal. The Kejriwal government in this first paper says the person raided is not Kejriwal, it is his Principal Secretary. This is not the central government saying, this is not the media saying, this is the Kejriwal government saying Kejriwal wasn't raided at all. And then they put out an amended cabinet decision within minutes of that or later, in which they say the raid was on the GNCTD secretariat, which means in the secretariat of the Delhi government, not in the principal secretary to the chief minister. And then they go on to say this supersedes the cabinet decision number 2275 dated 21st issued, etc., which means somewhere within minutes they realize that they want to politicize this issue. They want to make this an issue where Kejriwal is targeted, not his principal secretary. They realize that if it's a question on the principal secretary, their political argument will not work, and hence they put out this corrective. Now, this is incredible, Ashish Khetan.
Now,
incredible. How come? No, do you first of all certify that these two papers are accurate?
Goswami,
Why did you do this?
I heard you.
Why did you do this, Ashish?
Please don't breach. Please don't breach the terms of the debate that you yourself have set. I heard your question very patiently and your interpretation of this document. Now please hear me out patiently. First of all, to assume that the office of the principal secretary and the office of the chief minister are two separate entities is completely fallacious. It tantamounts to saying that the office of Nipendra Mishra, principal secretary to the Prime Minister, has an independent office, and the files that exist in Mr. Nipendra Mishra's office are actually not the files of the Prime Minister's office, are actually not the files of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but they are Nipendra Mishra's files.
Why did you put out a correction? Why did you put out a correction? See, Ashish, have we caught the Aam Aadmi Party lie red-handed?
No, let me just.
Have we caught the Aam Aadmi Party lie on this subject red-handed?
I think your prejudice and your biased interpretation and your spin to the story has been caught red-handed. Because when I say that the office of the principal secretary to CM is the office of the chief minister, just like the office of principal secretary to the Prime Minister is the office of the Prime Minister. The office of the chief minister
confused a bit, Ashish.
The office of his deputy secretary, the office of his principal secretary, the office of his peon. That's the chief minister's office. The third floor of the secretariat is the chief minister's office, and the addendum to the cabinet note that you just referred only refers to cabinet secretary. Come on, Mr. Goswami. Do you think?
Ashish, I cannot.
That your personal secretary has an independent office in your office? Does all your correspondence not get routed through your personal secretary?
No.
How many times
you have called me? You know, Ashish, I can understand, Ashish, now terms of the debate, I allowed you a full response, and now you must hear me because you're asking me a question. When you ask me a question, I will respond to you. Now, Ashish, in response to your point which you make out there, I need to give you two firm counters. With all the conviction at my command, two firm counters tonight. Have the patience to listen, Ashish Khetan. Listen to me tonight.
Mr. Goswami, let me just finish.
Listen to me, Ashish. These were the terms of the debate. Your piece is not ending. But how much time do you need to end your piece? Because you need to let me come in on the terms of the debate.
Shouting that you're
Are you rattled tonight?
Unnecessarily waste time. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. I'll wrap up my point.
Answer the question, Ashish.
Give me 30 seconds.
Answer the question. I'll wrap it up quickly.
Chief Minister's office has sanctity, certain sanctity. Chief Minister's office has certain dimensions, and those within those dimensions and ambit, what's the deputy secretary, what's the principal secretary, what's the office staff, all the files of the Chief Minister's office are with his principal secretary.
Ashish, listen. Listen, Ashish. No, why did you? Okay, one second, Ashish. Ashish, I think you now need to stop and understand. Please understand. It's so simple. It's so clear. And now listen to this. Listen to the clarity with which I will respond to you. I have 3 points to make to you. The first point is Ashish Khetan tells me tonight that these papers do not prove Arvind Kejriwal wrong. If they don't prove Arvind Kejriwal wrong, the whole country wants to know why did you put out a corrigendum within minutes? Because you knew the first letter which said the raid was not in Kejriwal's office, but the office of his principal secretary would not allow you to build a political argument. Now listen, Ashish, you need to listen because I heard you patiently, but you need to listen because if you speak over me, you're not going to be able to listen, Ashish. Ashish, you have to listen. You have to listen. It may be uncomfortable. You may not want to digest these facts. This may prove you wrong, but you've got to listen, Ashish. You've got to listen and then respond. First and foremost, Ashish, and I want you to hear me with clarity tonight, this government of the CBI has gone to great lengths to say and even issued official statements claiming that the Chief Minister's office was not raided. They also said it was the office of the Principal Secretary that was raided, not the Chief Minister's. You have nothing to prove that the CBI officers were physically present at the Chief Minister's office and pouring through files in his cabin. But even if I don't argue that, the corrigendum issued by your government states that you are calling for a special session to speak of the raids on the Delhi Secretariat by the CBI, but not specifically the Chief Minister's office, which is your primary allegation. Why are you playing safe? Why are you playing safe? You know, this paper with me tonight, is it a fake document or a real document? Tell me. Is this a fake document or a real document? You tell me.
1 second, Mr. Goswami.
You tell me. Is it fake?
1 second, Mr. Goswami. Now
1 second, Mr. Khetan. Is it fake or not fake?
Let me give a very clear reply.
Don't get worked up.
Let me give a very clear reply, and please
don't get worked
listen
up.
to a very clear reply.
Yeah, please do, but don't get worked up. My job is to ask questions.
Listen to me.
My job is to ask
Don't use all
questions.
these tactics.
You're getting worked up without a reason.
No, don't use these tactics with me.
I don't use any tactics. I'm putting papers before you.
Your antics. Your antics. Your antics. Don't use
I'm
these antics.
responding. These papers, are these antics? Is this a letter written by Arvind Kejriwal's office? Is this a Delhi government office? Are papers of the Delhi government antics, Mr. Ashish Khetan? Come on.
My piece.
You can say your piece, but don't call papers put out by your government antics.
That over the last 7 days, what has the CBI recovered? What has the CBI recovered over the last 7 days from Mr. Rajendra Kumar?
Dodging now. Now you're trying to dodge.
The last 1.5 years of its functioning under the Modi regime.
Why are you dodging?
How many times has the CBI raided 2G accused under 1.5 years of Modi regime? How many times has the CBI raided Adani, against whom they have registered a PE of money laundering of 2,000
But is that the issue right now?
What has the CBI done against money launderers? What has CBI done against the 2G scam accused?
What has the people of India?
Against the coal scam accused? What has the CBI done against
the people of India?
What has CBI done
You
against
told the people of India that Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. At the root of all this is your accusation that Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. I have with me papers from your government office tonight which prove that you don't believe Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. Mr. Khetan, you told the people of this country for the last 1 week, the people of this country have only heard 1 point from you, that Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. The papers I hold with me tonight prove that you don't believe Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. Why were you fooling the people?
To recover 10 bottles of liquor
But why were you fooling the people, Mr. Khetan?
Asked to harass and intimidate a duly elected government.
Okay. Mr. Khetan, now you hear the other side. I just say one point. Nalin Kohli now to turn to respond. Nalin Kohli will respond 18 minutes past 9.
Ask this question.
18 minutes past 9.
Ask this question, Mr. Goswami.
Mr. Khetan, now you will hear the other side. 18 minutes past 9.
Why don't you use the word alleged corrupt finance minister? Why don't you use the word alleged corrupt finance minister? In your package, you use the word alleged corrupt Babu.
Mr. Khetan,
if a Babu is allegedly corrupt just because there's an FIR, so is Mr. Jaitley, then he is
how many times did Kejriwal refer in his speech to
charges?
How many times did Kejriwal
level not just
okay, I'll get into that.
For inquiry committees,
I'll get into that.
which were internal, but
it's
also
okay.
by
Mr. Khetan, pull back for a minute. Right. Now, Mr. Khetan, I now request you. I request you.
Information and Broadcasting Minister.
Okay. Now my point is,
have the guts.
on these papers, I think I give the other a chance to respond. But Mr. Khetan, I'll just say 20 seconds before that. For the last 1 week, Mr. Khetan, for 1 week, you've been going to town on one issue, that Arvind Kejriwal's office was raided. I have with me tonight papers of tabled items, cabinet decisions signed by the secretary to the cabinet of the Delhi government, which proves that the Delhi government does not officially think Arvind Kejriwal was raided. You cannot put out a different narrative before the people of this country and a different narrative in these papers. You say tonight these papers are fake, or say the papers with Times Now are true. Are these papers right or wrong? Why didn't you say Arvind Kejriwal? Why didn't the secretary to the cabinet say Arvind Kejriwal's office was raided? Why didn't KK Sharma say Arvind Kejriwal's office was raided? Answer this question at least once tonight. At least once answer the question. Why didn't you say, are these papers true? I believe in papers, Mr. Khetan. Do these papers prove that you don't officially put on record that Kejriwal's office was raided?
Let me answer.
Why are you not being able to respond to these papers?
Are delivered back through the office of the Secretary. Please get the basic fact of governance right. Please get the basic fact of governance right. All the correspondence, all the files
All right.
are routed, are delivered back through
Okay.
the office principal secretary.
Okay, now, Nalin.
Secretary to CM doesn't have
Nalin
any independent existence. But for the fact that his principal secretary...
Then why did you, for God's sake, why did you change? Then why did you change it if he doesn't have a separate existence? You say CBI raid. Why did you change the letter? Why did you put out two letters? Why is there letter 1 and letter 2? Did you tell the people of this country that there is letter 1 and letter 2, the original letter and the second letter, and now you're responding like this because Times Now is the only channel which has managed to get access to these papers.
Let me ask you a simple question.
Times Now is the only media house which has access to these papers.
These are, first of all, not
these papers are important, Mr. Khetan.
Don't beat around the bush.
These are papers. When we put out papers on Kalmani, you believe them. When I put out papers for the Delhi government, you refuse to believe.
Goswami, you are going off a tangent. Come to the point. Come to the point.
I'm not, sir. I'm bringing you back on focus on the subject tonight. Nalin Kohli is responding. Nalin Kohli. Nalin Kohli.
I'd like to respond, please. And may I now request that I can also have a word in Mr. Khetan. I think we've been patient. We've heard you, Mr. Khetan.
My first round of questioning with Ashish Khetan.
We've all heard you very patiently. And just to pick up on your last thing, let's not now go on a tangent. Let me also have an opportunity to say something. So let's go one by one. In the government of India, after Prime Minister Modi came in, there were allegations that reports and documents were leaking out of government offices, out of sensitive offices. The CBI stepped in, people were arrested, government offices were searched, including in the finance ministry. Was that meant to be that the CBI was raiding the finance minister or the petroleum minister or any other minister? That's not the case. In this case, it was clearly on a complaint of a former officer with whom Mr. Khetan had a tiff also. He made a complaint, that complaint went ahead, an investigation takes place against Mr. Rajendra Kumar. Suddenly, the Aam Aadmi Party goes berserk. So that raises the first question, why does it need to go so berserk over a single officer? What is this reason? What's that relationship? And the second thing is, Mr. Khetan, I didn't pass a single comment. I'm just hoping courtesy is not lost in this. Now the second question that comes out is, why the need for two letters? One that comes out clearly about the factual position, and the second one that goes absolutely against the factual position. So is it to create a political point? Mr. Khetan talks about a tangent, but then he speaks about Mr. Jaitley.
I'm asking
Mr.
a simple
Goswami,
question.
I have a request. It's
Then
your channel.
Do you want to say
May I not
that the
be
office of
interrupted?
Vipin Mishra
Mr. Goswami, I'm going to just say it. I don't expect decency from the Aam Aadmi Party. I don't expect courtesy from the Aam Aadmi Party. Perhaps they would like to surprise India
I don't expect honesty
by showing some of it
from
on TV.
BJP spokespersons.
May
I don't expect
also,
honesty either from
point out,
BJP
I'm not going to be hassled because today the facts are against the Aam Aadmi Party. So rhetoric won't. I was looking today and spending some time on Wikipedia. I found the perfect word for the Aam Aadmi Party.
And INB minister.
It's delusion.
And number 2 in the cabinet.
And I'll read out the first two lines of what delusion is defined on Wikipedia. It is basically a delusion is a belief held with strong conviction despite superior evidence to the contrary. Of course, it then goes on to speak about it, what it might be in terms of mental health.
English.
But that's a matter of interest if they are interested. So let's go now further. With regard to the Aam Aadmi Party,
I didn't understand a bit.
Yeah.
Again?
No, so that's okay, Mr. Khetan, don't worry. I've been saying over the last few days that the Aam Aadmi Party's perfect avocation would be opening a TV channel. They only like to ask questions. They only want to grab the eyeballs. They are only interested in somehow being in the center of attraction. So if all of this is there, why did they need to go out and ask for votes? Why even make a mockery of a government? And the reason why Mr. Kejriwal, my final point, I don't need so much time. The reason why Mr. Kejriwal is so concerned about corruption, why he is always concerned about corruption, because his is an unholy alliance of the corrupt.
The cricket administrator.
Everyone around Mr. Kejriwal is a corrupt person. His ministers are having fake degrees. He's proud of MLAs who have the worst kind of issues related to how they deal with women in their own families. There are 24 cases that they wanted withdrawn. So actually, I personally think The Aam Aadmi Party's best example of what they are is what Mr. Venkaiah Naidu said earlier
on your behalf.
They can ask for the resignation of
It's going off the tangent, Mr. Kohli. Don't go off the tangent. Mr. Nalin Kohli, Mr. Nalin Kohli, Mr. Nalin Kohli, I need to intervene right now. I need to intervene right now and stop you, Mr. Kohli. I need to stop you from going off the tangent. Mr. Kohli, I need you to stop going off the tangent, Mr. Kohli, because I'm being very specific and very factual. And I'm now going to ask a question. And the hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, is Arvind versus PM. Let the viewers decide if Ashish Khetan is able to answer my question, a specific question in a specific manner. I will take between 30 seconds to 45 seconds to complete my question. My time starts now. I give Ashish Khetan 2 minutes to respond.
Do you have any questions for the BJP as well, Mr. Goswami?
Whether he's being able to answer. I'm giving you 3 times as much time to respond.
Goswami, you run the risk.
No, I'm bringing you back on the subject.
Special
I said he went off a tangent.
I mean, you are not a channel anymore for exposes. According to them, even you are an enemy of the state.
Now listen, I don't respond to allegations by political parties. Now, not that the BJP hasn't made allegations against me. I have had the unique distinction of having gone to battle with all parties. 1 second, Mr. Kohli. Mr. Kohli, if I were to tell you that I have had the unique distinction of going into battle, being called names by all political parties at some point of time or the other. So that's all right. That's par for the course. I'm asking a question to someone who has been in journalism in the past and understands that. And I hope Ashish Khetan answers my question specifically. See, Ashish, I'm remaining focused on the subject. My subject today is that I am armed tonight on the program with 2 decisions, one a cabinet decision and an amended cabinet decision. You went to town and told the people of this country that Arvind Kejriwal, his office was being raided. Now, my simple question to you in that context is to tell me, I have 2 notes. None of your notes specifically mention that the Chief Minister's office is being raided. That was your central allegation. The papers with me tonight seem to demolish your central allegation. You have 2 minutes to tell me tonight and defend your central allegation. Otherwise, the entire premise of the whole issue that you've gone to town with will collapse on the Newshour tonight. Tell me, why did the note not specifically mention that the Chief Minister's office was being raided? A. B. Why did the first note come out in the morning saying his office was not being raided, but the Principal Secretary's office was being raided? But as soon as you started doing press conferences and Arvind did a soundbite saying it was my office was raided, an amended note was put out. You see, the people of this country did not have access to these papers. We put it out in the public domain now. Not me, they will ask you. What on earth is going on? Ashish, what on earth are you doing? You see, your public stance and your private positions appear to be different.
I think just give me 1 minute to answer it. Give me 1 minute.
I want you to respond to my question. Yeah, go on.
The central premise of our argument, please. The central premise of our argument remains intact and consistent from day one. And the central premise of our argument is the following, Mr. Goswami. Number 1,
it's falling apart, don't you see?
That according to Mr.
It's falling apart, don't you see?
That the CBI was looking for was of a contract pertaining to 2007 of an education department does not exist.
You're now going in a different direction.
Minister's office of 2015.
Mr. Goswami, may I have a quick counter?
If you are looking for a file,
what are you now saying?
Then please go and look for it in the archives of the education department. Number 3.
I have a letter of 21st December, ladies and gentlemen, of 2015.
Mr. Goswami,
are my letters right or wrong?
Everyone to believe, and
these are your government letters.
Mr. Goswami, may I have a counter, please?
I'd like to ask you that why don't you ask Mr. Nalin Kohli that will he classify Nripendra Mishra, the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister's office, as an independent entity and independent of the existence of the Prime Minister's office?
Nalin Kohli will respond. Nalin Kohli, your turn, and then we are going into the issue of kite flying.
The office of the Principal
Let me very simply. You see that why me?
Tonight I don't know what's going on, but you're not answering my question. Nalin is responding.
Let me answer the question.
The central premise of your argument was Nalin Kohli. 1 second. No, I'm sorry. I'm countering Ashish Khetan. I'm sorry, I'm countering Ashish Khetan. I'm saying the central premise of your argument was that Arvind Kejriwal's office was being raided. Papers with me tonight are proving that you wrote something else in your official papers and then you tried to put it tabled item for 2 days.
Everything under the sun to run away from the truth yet again.
Arvind Kejriwal's office.
These papers are not fake, Ashish.
Secretary to CM.
These papers are real.
The files of Arvind Kejriwal.
These are real
and
papers.
The Chief Minister are in the office of
papers.
Secretary, Principal Secretary, and Deputy
But
Secretary.
you know, Mr. Goswami, why do we expect standards?
You ask anybody,
After all, it is
any
Mr.
IAS
Kejriwal who
officer,
said, I am
anyone
an
who understands
anarchist,
administration
so
and
you can
governance
expect anything.
would
They can
walk
come
for
out with one paper, turn
this
it around and say that the first one doesn't
basic understanding
exist.
of matters of governance.
Basic governance. Did I hear the word governance? That's the only thing missing in Delhi, Mr. Khetan. Did you say governance? That's what you were elected for, Mr. Khetan. And leaving that, you're doing everything else.
Well, everything is in Prime Minister's vocabulary. Australia, America,
Well, I can send you all the statistics and I can send you lots of stuff. But they would be
The argument was, unless I was hearing someone else.
Governance.
Your Prime Minister, the Prime Minister even went to Iceland.
Argument
But
was.
do you know how to spell governance?
The
Do you
argument.
understand what is governance?
What about
How is
the land
governance
where
done?
he was born?
Why
What
is
about the
governance
land from
done?
where he fought elections?
Does an anarchist
What about the
understand
Holy
that?
Land from
Because
where
he
he
believes
became
in
an
breaking down governance. And look at the
Your
language.
argument
What you
was
believe
that the
in?
federal structure of this country.
The language is in
Your
consonance with
argument
what
was.
जुमला था हर चीज सपना था
Come back, gentlemen.
सपने
Come
दिखा
back
कर
to the issue.
पूरी दुनिया घूम रहे
This
हैं
country,
अरे मैं
this
आपसे
country
हिंदी में
heard
बात
the Aam
कर
Aadmi
सकता हूं,
Party say that the
भाषा
federal
के-
structure. Did you
आपकी जो
say?
भाषा है, आपकी भाषा से क्यों हम कोई स्टैंडर्ड एक्सपेक्ट करें? लेकिन जो आप गवर्नेंस की बात कर रहे थे वही आज की सबसे
नहीं,
अद्भुत
मैं
बात आपने
आपसे भी
कही
कोई
है।
ईमानदारी
अरे
expect
इसी
नहीं
के लिए तो
करता हूं।
दिल्ली ने आपको
I
चुना
don't
था, उसी
expect
को
any
छोड़ के आप
honesty
सब कर रहे
and
हैं।
any decency from you, Mr. Kohli.
अरे
I will
नहीं,
match
आइए
every word
स्वच्छता
for
पे भी
word.
बात करते हैं।
So don't use
अरे नहीं
polemics.
क्या आप जरूर शब्दों का
Stay
प्रयोग
factual.
करिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, पर मैं
Don't
पूछ
use
रहा हूँ
polemics.
दिल्ली को सरकार कब
enough.
मिलेगी?
You have got
दिल्ली को
Amit Shah to
तमाशा
use
से
polemics.
हटके
You
सरकार
have got
कब
Prime
मिलेगी?
Minister to use polemics.
When will Delhi get a
We
government
have delivered
instead of
on
a
all the
mockery of a
promises
government?
from day one.
When will Delhi get
You
a
have not
government
delivered even on
instead
one
of
promise.
someone who wants to be a TV channel eyeball catching institution?
When will India get a Prime
All we are
Minister?
saying, governance is the right word,
When
Mr.
will this
Khetan.
country get a Prime
Please
Minister?
remember.
Who stays in Delhi at least?
Well, I
When will
remember
we get a
reading
Prime
out
Minister?
Delusion,
Okay,
which you thought was poetic. I'll send you by email the link to Wikipedia. Please read about Delusion. The country has a Prime Minister.
Okay, Nalin Kohli and Ashish Khetan, you're having a wonderful conversation, very convivial between both of you. But I'm sorry, I'm going to have to intervene. And I intervene while introducing Rakesh Sinha and also Ajay Alok. This is a balanced debate. 1 versus 1 now becomes 2 versus 2. Viewers, we're getting a lot of feedback on what you're thinking of what Ashish Khetan is saying or not saying. And I'm taking him on in this debate because my simple question is this, viewers. The Aam Aadmi Party said the federal structure of this country had been harmed because the Chief Minister's office was raided. The papers that I have with me tonight prove that the Aam Aadmi Party was saying something different in its official documentation. These are not papers published in the Times Now office, and hence Ashish Khetan will have to take these papers and show them to Arvind Kejriwal, and Ashish Khetan, you must confront Arvind Kejriwal that if you're going to town saying my office was being raided, then why was your cabinet secretary to the cabinet saying something else on his official documentation?
For creating fake papers.
Now, my question is on kite flying. Ajay Alok, welcome. Rakesh Sinha, welcome. Welcome, gentlemen. Today, the Aam Aadmi Party has said the Prime Minister of India should resign. And Arvind Kejriwal has said something to the effect that direct instructions are now being given from the Prime Minister's office or something to that effect. What are the exact thing? Can you repeat what exactly your point was, the point that you were making there was? I think he said that the CBI officer told me yesterday that the CBI has been asked to target all opposition parties and finish those who don't fall in line. Now, Ajay Alok and Rakesh Sinha, do you think Ashish Khetan must name the CBI officer? Do you think Ashish Khetan should name the CBI officer who has told him that all opposition parties should be finished? That those people who don't fall in line should be finished? Ajay Alok, should this proof be shown by Ashish Khetan on the program tonight to prove that he's Kejriwal and he are not kite flying? Ajay Alok, what do you think? Kite flying is not good.
Yeah, I'll start from 2003 onwards, when Prime Minister was Chief Minister of Gujarat. On umpteenth occasion, he has said that CBI is out to finish me. Even during Lok Sabha campaigning, Prime Minister Modi was out. मेरी 56 इंच की छाती है, लगा लो CBI जितनी पीछे लगानी है, मुझे डर नहीं लगता, मैं नहीं डरता. So these are regular things which is done by the opposition. Why make it an issue, number one? Number two,
What do you mean by
what Mr.
regular?
Arvind Kejriwal did today.
No,
It's a regular thing. Every opposition party
Regular
takes
means
charges, and that's why what he has done. He has done it. He has done it. What
Right.
he thinks that he has faced, he has done it today. That's what he has done. Now, number two, one of the most important things.
He's done
now,
what?
number
Kite
two,
flying.
the most important
No,
thing.
you're actually supporting kite flying on the program. You are saying that no proof needs to be shown for
I'm not
anything, right?
supporting
That's your
kite
basic point. Am I correct?
The action
Then should
justifies the
Ashish Khetan
proof.
show some proof tonight?
How can you raid a chief minister? How can you raid a chief minister's office? No, how can you raid a chief minister's office without taking him into confidence? Let
But
me know.
the Chief Minister's office
And
was not raided by their own admission. Don't you know about the papers I've been showing for the last 35 minutes of the program tonight, which proved that the Chief Minister's office was not raided? As per the words of the government of Delhi, the government on Delhi put on record that the Chief Minister's office was not raided.
I know.
You know these papers.
I know for your office.
It's the government of Delhi which says the Chief Minister's office was not raided. No, sir, this is then kite flying.
And I told you
Yes,
that it's the government of
Look
Delhi
what?
which is trying
So
to
look what? If Arvind Kejriwal is not kite flying, no, okay Ashish, go on. Okay Ashish, you're coming back to the debate. Ashish Khetan, go on.
Principal Secretary to the
Yes,
Chief
Ashish.
Minister, Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister is always attached to the office of the Chief Minister. Number one, this is prime and most
absolutely
effective thing.
that's the point.
But
Secretary to Chief Minister
Arvind
is attached
Kejriwal
to the
denied that the principal secretary's office was raided, which is exactly what the Delhi government has gone to say in its official papers.
I flatly refuse. I flatly refuse.
Ashish Khetan,
How can you
Ashish
raid?
Khetan, a class
You
1
can raid.
student would
You
know
can
that
raid.
you don't put out 2 papers in one day.
You can raid any XYZ. Arnab, you can raid
Mr.
any
Goswami,
XYZ in
a
this
cub
country.
reporter
No
would know
problem.
that,
You have to
that
take
the
you have
office
to
of
take
the
into
secretary
confidence.
to CM is the office of the chief minister. A class 1 student
If
would
a
know
cub
that.
reporter would know that, then let me ask you, Ashish Khetan, and I think you have been, okay, then tell me Ashish Khetan, if a cub reporter were to know that,
To the office of the secretary
okay,
to
viewers,
CM.
I think I'm going to have
You
to show
think
this.
CM carries
Viewers,
his
I'm going to have to show this.
Stuck
One
under
second.
his
Okay, Ashish,
side?
Ashish,
You think the
listen.
you think
Okay,
the
Ashish,
chief minister carries his
Ashish,
files
so what you're
in his
basically
briefcase?
saying, what you're basically saying,
his files on his head?
listen Ashish,
Have you seen Prime Minister carrying his
Ashish,
files on
then
his
tell
head?
me what you're basically
Have
saying.
you
Okay,
seen Prime
Ashish,
Minister
we're going back to
carrying
that
his
subject
files
and I'm glad to go back to
Have
it.
you ever seen?
I'm glad to go back to it. Ashish Khetan, what you're basically saying.
That you have seen.
Ashish Khetan, Ashish, what? Ashish, hear me. It's like what, 15 seconds for me to make my point. Ashish, please tell me. No, Ashish,
Arnab, can I
let me ask you one question tonight. Because you say a cub reporter would know. So my question to you tonight is this, Ashish, I presume your basic argument is that a cub reporter would realize your basic.
Have you shown on your TV? Have you ever?
One second. Okay, Ashish, listen here. Ashish,
of the Prime
listen
Minister
here.
in all the pictures,
Ashish,
in all
let's
the
debate this
photos
out tonight
of
very
the Prime
squarely.
Minister that you have telecast on
Okay.
your television. Tell me, have you ever seen any
Mr.
file
Goswami,
on
I need to
the Prime
respond for a
Minister?
minute, please.
When you have broadcast.
Okay, no, one second. Okay, Nalin Kohli is back to the debate. It's Nalin Kohli versus Ashish, and then I'm going to come back to the debate. Nalin Kohli versus Ashish. But my
office that Mr. Prime Minister runs.
Nalin Kohli is coming back versus Ashish.
Goswami, I have three small
office that
points to
Prime
make.
Minister runs.
Mr. Goswami.
Ever wondered where are his
Mr.
files?
Goswami,
Are you a little bit on the back foot right now?
Can we stop the hysteria, please?
Secretary.
Can we stop this hysteria for a minute and come back to a sensible debate as you were proposing? So I have 3 points to make only. The first point
you are
is,
claiming you are sensible?
another IAS officer, Mr. SP Singh, was caught accepting a bribe. Mr. Rajendra Kumar is also an officer of Delhi government.
And
He
who
is
laid
also
the
being
trap?
investigated.
Who laid
So I
the
mean,
trap?
if there is corruption taking place,
That's the difference.
so if there is corruption taking place, what's the big problem?
Learn to
Number
make
one.
a distinction
And look,
between
number
genuine
one,
cases
the
and
reason
fake
why they
cases.
probably have been
Learn to
saying
make
that
a
no, we
distinction
want
between
advance
bona fide
information
cases
is
and cases of
that
political
given how the
vendetta.
Aam Aadmi, Mr.
As far as the
Mr.
SP
Khetan, I
Singh
said it
case
early
goes,
on, I
Mr.
don't
Kohli,
expect decency,
the SP
but
Singh
let the
case
nation
was
not at least see
referred
that you are making a
by the
mockery of a
Chief
debate
Minister,
also.
by
We
Chief
know you
Minister
made
office
governance
to
a
the CBI.
mockery.
The
We know
complaint
you
has
made
come to the
standards a
Chief
mockery.
Minister's office.
We know you
Let
made
me-
India against
let me
corruption
get
a
your
mockery.
facts right.
We know you made
I
everything a
am
mockery.
facts
Why are you
right.
making a debate in yourself a mockery also? I want to finish
Since
my
you
point.
asked for a resignation a day,
Continue. Who's stopping you? Let me finish my 3 points. Less than 30 seconds.
Since you are asking,
Carry on, Mr.
no, one second. Rakesh Sinha, sorry to keep you waiting for so long. I think it's only fair, Mr. Sinha, that we give Mr. Sinha an opportunity for coming into the debate.
I know, I'm sorry.
Nalin, 1 minute. Nalin, just 1 minute.
30 seconds. I don't want. Just 3 short points. I said SP Singh as an example.
नलिन आप खाली ये
The
बता
second is even the Prime Minister's office was such. During Rajiv Gandhi's time, if I recall, for an espionage case.
You wanted to
And the third is, by the standards of what they go, a journalist was telling me today that an officer told him that the Aam Aadmi Party wants to collect funds because they want to go beyond Delhi. So they want to go everywhere except govern Delhi.
Swiss bank account holders. What happened to the case against 2G scam accused? What happened to the case against Kohli?
There we are.
What happened to the
You are consistent, Mr. Khetan.
What happened to the
I must grant you that.
I am on the specifics today.
You are consistent to be devoid of logic. You are consistent of not sticking to the questions asked of you. You are consistent about not showing a governance model to Delhi. You are consistent that you will speak about everything in the world.
What if someone were to ask you?
You are consistent.
Okay, please allow me to come in, gentlemen.
You are consistent.
Let me, Nalin Kohli, let me come in, please.
Congratulations.
There is an audio delay I'm facing tonight, and I want both of you to indulge me for 10 seconds. And the only indulgence that I seek tonight, and the only indulgence I seek tonight, is an opportunity to ask one simple question that the whole country is asking tonight to Ashish Khetan. And I'll first, I'll put the question, I'll let Rakesh Sinha come in, and then you can come in. Rakesh Sinha, since Arvind Kejriwal says Prime Minister should resign, XYZ should resign, this one should resign, that one should resign, everyone should resign, the monsoon clouds should resign, perhaps tomorrow the Himalayas should resign. The question is simply this, and I only meant that in jest, don't respond Ashish to that.
He's above God.
All right, please, Nalin Kohli, don't jump at the opportunity that was not meant for you. The question is tonight, Rakesh Sinha, what if someone says, but Mr. Kejriwal, you told the people of India your office was raided. And the government said, no, the Principal Secretary's office was raided. The papers that Arnab is putting tonight prove that your own secretary to your own cabinet initially said the Principal Secretary's office was raided, not your office. Should you resign? And then you went out to correct the initial letter with another letter which said, no, the Secretariat was raided. So you were in an afterthought putting out a second official communication trying to retract from the first. So for doing that, Mr. Kejriwal, and then going to the people of India and saying, no, but my office was raided, should you resign? What if someone were to ask Mr. Kejriwal, were to ask Mr. Kejriwal, will you resign for misleading the people of this country by saying that my office was raided and now saying that, oh, that was only a figurative expression and not an expression of fact? If this was not a statement of fact but a figurative expression, then did Arvind Kejriwal go out and say, I didn't really mean it? I meant in a very generic way that my office was resigned. No, he didn't say that. He said my office was resigned. They were in my office. So what if someone says to Ashish tonight,
of course,
should Arvind Kejriwal resign for having said that?
Of course his office was raided.
Rakesh Sinha.
CM is attached to CMO.
Rakesh Sinha.
No one else.
Rakesh Sinha and then Rakesh Sinha and then Ashish Khetan.
I would like to remind Aam Aadmi Party and JDU. Aam Aadmi Party and JDU, I would like to remind.
Don't remind JDU. Enough of your reminders we had.
There were charges of corruption and his office was raided. Pratap Singh Kairo's office was raided in Punjab.
Pandit Jawaharlal was the Prime Minister for the last 17 years.
There are two Prime Ministers.
You didn't find
Narasimha Rao was interrogated by CBI when he was Prime Minister. There was demand. Let me complete. There was demand.
Don't remind JDU.
Alok, let me complete my point.
That's what I'm telling you.
There was demand that Manmohan Singh should appear before the CBI. So there is no question, nobody is above the law.
No, don't remind
whether
JDU.
it is a principal secretary or the Prime Minister or the Chief Minister, if there are charges of corruption, there is a suspicion that that person is involved in the corruption, his office can be raided. Raid of the office of the Principal Secretary doesn't violate the Convention of Federalism. Where is the violation of Federalism? Secondly, Ajay Alok, today Kejriwal's speech Kejriwal, instead of addressing the problem of gutters in Delhi, he is using the gutter language in democracy.
What about Prime Minister's speech during
his speech is full of invectives, imputable tyrants and aspersons. This is not the democracy. Democracy is based on the adversarial democracy. We have adversarial democracy. He assumes that his adversary are enemies.
Please, you cannot
he
have
is
double
talking
standards.
like an aggressor state.
You cannot have double standards.
Kejriwal is acting as an aggressor state
cannot have a
against the
double
central
standard.
government.
What was Mr. Modi ji doing during the Bihar election campaign? What he was saying about
Pratap Singh Kairo's office could be raided, and it was
Ashish Khetan, Ashish Khetan, Ashish Khetan. Gentlemen, pull back.
Pull back.
Go to the archive of the newspapers.
Pull back.
Demand of Samta Party
Yes,
against
please
Lalu
go to the archive
Yadav.
of the newspaper. What
There was demand that his office should be raided.
No. What Prime
Samta
Minister
Party
used the word
stood
Nitish
for
Kumar?
the demand to
Why
raid
did he
the
do
Lalu
that?
Yadav's office and Principal
And
Secretary's
today
office.
somebody is doing
So it is wrong to say
back.
that raiding the Principal
What kind of
Secretary's
double
office
standard you have
and the
here?
Prime Minister is responsible.
Right.
When CBI interrogated Narasimha Rao, Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of the country.
Ashish Khetan.
Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister.
Ashish Khetan, here's a viewer. Here's a question to the viewers. Here's a question to the viewers, and I'm going to spend time talking to Ashish Khetan after that.
Prime Minister can say words about an elected chief minister, and he feels bad.
All right, now I'm not letting you continue this.
Today, when
I'm not letting you continue this.
you are not taking it.
I want to say one thing. I want to say one thing.
Barrier of language, you guys have broken it. The barriers of language have been broken by BJP and the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Not anyone else in the country.
People of the country know that this is the gutter language of the
Okay, Ashish Khetan, I'm cutting out of this. Only Ashish Khetan and me on the screen, please, for a minute. I need to say something only to Ashish, and only to Ashish tonight, only Ashish. I want to say something to Ashish Khetan. I'm taking a break and coming back after that, but I'm saying something to Ashish Khetan because I need to address him at this point of time. A lot of questions are coming in on what he has said or not said, and my question to Ashish Khetan is simply this, that Ashish Khetan, I'm going to take just a 2-minute break, okay? Just a 2-minute break. And after I come out of the break, on popular demand, I would like you to present the proof about the officer you're referring to, who has said that Kejriwal has told him that opposition parties will be finished. And the reason I'm saying this to you, Ashish, is not in jest. It's because if anybody is planning to finish opposition leaders and opposition political parties in this country, if that is really such a serious charge which has been made, it is something extremely serious. Maybe you will present me some proof. Maybe you will send me a record. Maybe you will show me a transcript. Maybe you will put out a name. Maybe you will put out some papers. Maybe you will refer to some file. I hope that you do, because I'm coming back in 2 minutes, Ashish, and I'm asking that question to you. Do you think Ashish should respond to my question with facts? He's smiling out there. I believe he should answer my question factually. Let's go in a 2-minute break. See you on the other side. This is going to be a short second segment, about 7 minutes, so we won't waste time. We'll come straight to the point. And I want Ashish Khetan to tell us in detail about how this happened.
I heard your question, now let me
CBI
respond.
officer called,
I heard your question before you went into the break, now let me respond.
No, I just want to repeat it in case people are joining us now after the break. They'll take 10 seconds. Did the CBI officer call Arvind Kejriwal? Did he meet him?
Time is premium.
No, because I just want viewers, in case viewers are joining now. Did the CBI officer call Arvind Kejriwal? Did he meet him? Did he write a letter saying that, their political parties are going to be finished and there's some plans for that? Yeah, please, go ahead.
You are in love with your voice and your arguments. Let me respond. Okay, great. One white-bound register of 5
water of a duck's back
between 16th of November 2015 to 14th of December 2015. One white-bound register section diary 16th of February to 5th of March 2015. Now this is the Caesar memo of the CBI. You are saying that what is the proof that the CBI raided Chief Minister's office? CBI has taken the cabinet notes, the file movement. Okay, I'm answering your question. How do we get this document? This Caesar memo is supposed to be very confidential. This Caesar memo made on the 15th of December shows that all that the CBI took away was Chief Minister's record. And don't do that, Mr. Sinha. I have been asked the question, now let me respond. Don't heckle me. This CBI memo which was supposed to be
they are not addressing the
we have a copy of it. This means that we have
Rakesh Sinha, don't tackle, let him complete.
People are suffering.
Don't tackle, let him complete.
Just politics.
Let him complete. No, he has to be complete.
No, it is his ambition.
He has to be allowed to complete. You can let him complete. No, Rakesh Sinha, he is answering. Answer my question. Did the CBI officer call Kejriwal, meet him, come to his house, have dinner with him? Did Kejriwal go to the CBI office? Mr. Sinha, don't heckle, please, we are wasting time. I'm now, Mr. Sinha, I'm taking you off because I want the question answered. No. Who is the CBI officer? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll have Nalin Kohli back on the other side and Ashish Khetan complete your point. Ashish Khetan complete your point.
Great. Fantastic.
The proof, Ashish. The proof.
I met a CBI source today, Mr. Goswami, who told me that Mr. Amit Shah today is running the CBI. From any appointment, posting, transfer, SP level and above is all being done by Mr. Amit Shah. And you want me to reveal my sources? You want Mr. Arvind Kejriwal to reveal his sources?
I don't want. But you're not a journalist
of what is happening in the CBI?
May I also have a word in?
No, we may not be a journalist anymore. That's not the point. We may not be journalists, we may not be activists.
You're a politician.
It is only an accident that we all happen to be in politics today. But we have not lost our spirit of inquiry.
Mr. Khetan, you don't expect people to buy that now?
And our quest to fight against corruption.
Yeah, but you can't just say something and not present the facts and then say...
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
No, but you can't use a journalistic explanation to defend a political argument. You cannot use a journalistic explanation to defend a political argument.
Same argument and take some protection.
Oh, please. Okay, Nalin Kohli, proofs not being presented.
I can extend it to his personal life, to somebody else's personal life. What are we talking about?
No, please. No personal allegations will be allowed on the program. No personal comments will be allowed. Desist from doing that. No personal comments on anyone. So Nalin Kohli, don't make any personal comments on Ashish Khetan. I will not allow it.
I'm saying, where are we heading? I'm saying, is this to be an example that you say I'm a former journalist so I can make wild allegations about anybody?
Yeah,
absolutely, they won't be accepted. So he's made personal allegations about Mr. Amit Shah.
All I'm saying is that
he's made personal allegations about Mr. Jeetli, about the Prime Minister.
We are not supposed to reveal the identity of
Mr. Goswami, I'll tell you what the problem is. Mr. Khetan, don't heckle me, I'm quoting you. I'm quoting you. Don't heckle me, Mr. Khetan, I'm quoting you. Follow your own code, Mr. Khetan. Don't heckle me. Okay, so Mr. Khetan used the word governance. So I'll tell you what it is. And Mr. Kejriwal used the word today, flop show. Take the two together. The governance model of Delhi is a flop show.
The CBI
it's a joke. It's a model of non-governance.
The CBI
because they don't have anything to show on governance. And it's an unholy alliance of the corrupt.
And
because all around them they've got people stuck in cases and false certificates. God knows what. So therefore they are building all these wild accusations, wild things to somehow say, kuch to gandagi pheko taki kuch to chipak jaye. Delhi has been fooled. India can't be fooled.
Can I come
in? The only thing that you have come close to is the UPA. Because the UPA also lived in its old world. They also believed everything is perfect and they are doing a great job. You are the same.
So you're saying I have no proof. When I have proof, I won't show it. My point is, Ajay Alok, you can't use source statements in the Delhi Assembly which go on record and you then say, I will not reveal my sources because you're not a journalist, you're a politician. Arvind Kejriwal is not a journalist. Arvind Kejriwal is a politician. He's never been a journalist. How can Ashish Khetan use a journalistic argument? I mean, that way you can say anything you want. Okay, what's Ajay Alok, please? That way you can say anything you want. Yes, please.
I just want... Nalin, just give me 10 seconds.
Mr. Goswami, all I am saying is that do you really believe, Mr. Goswami, as a seasoned anchor,
you say no
that this CBI is really independent now? That this CBI is not being used for any political witch hunt or for vendetta politics at all? That this CBI is completely kosher?
Just two days back... Some proof. Mr. Khetan, give me 10 seconds.
Ashish, now you're
10 seconds.
You're not answering my question.
2 days back,
I have to close.
Two days back, Prime Minister went to Kerala and he said that this government wants to function and function properly to the needs of its people, but the opposition is not letting it function. And this opposition is so hell-bent on destroying the country that today it has come to 3 Ds: destruction, decimation, and finally it's decimation, destruction and disruption. Now these 3 things he said about opposition that amplifies and proves that Prime Minister thinks what he thinks in terms of opposition. He is not used to opposition, and he has shown this. In the last 10 years, he has ruled
Where's
Gujarat.
this point going?
That's what kind
I'm
of
not getting
opposition he
it.
wants. The whole assembly used to turn
Back to Gujarat.
365
Back to
days.
Gujarat.
No,
Your 10 seconds are over, Ajay boy. You must credit me. I gave you more than 10 seconds. I didn't give you.
Okay, closing this debate.
Back to Gujarat.
Closing this debate.
Back to Gujarat. Welcome to the
Closing this debate. I wanted the
present, which is indication for the future. They are stuck in the past.
And this is Rajya
I have
Sabha.
one
Gujarat elected Mr. Modi. Gujarat elected 25 BJP MPs. India is elected Mr. Modi.
This is India,
But
Mr.
you are
Prime
stuck.
Minister. And
Closing the debate.
You have to understand
This is
that
India.
this kind of a mindset.
Please wake
One
up.
person-
I say, you know,
cannot function.
Ajay Alok, I wanted proof, I wanted counters, I wanted facts. No, this way we can say tomorrow, this way we can say anything tomorrow. We can say Rajendra Kumar,
One hour debate on
we can say
DDCS
that-
scam tomorrow evening.
Saying, Arnab.
It's
I don't know.
When
I
will
don't
we
know. I mean,
have
you know,
one hour debate?
I wanted the proof, I wanted the facts, I wanted the counters. I have not got many. And my question goes, are you satisfied with Ashish Khetan and Nalin Kohli's answers to my different questions tonight? Arvind versus PM is the hashtag. We've had a good debate, and I thank you for largely staying with the terms of the debate. Largely, not entirely. Largely with the terms of the debate. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on debate number 1
Mr. Goswami.
on the Newshour tonight. Thank you.